This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David, and joined with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, how are you today?
I've been waiting, David.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit nervous now actually, as you say you're waiting. So
I paid the guy a $5 just to make sure that he'd put a bit of a mechanic fault in the elevator.
Oh yeah, so you last year around this time you gave an elevator pitch for your...
Not an elevator pitch, David.
A broken elevator pitch, I believe it was.
Stuck in the elevator pitch.
Yeah, where you pitched Die Hard 6, a film that cannot be made. It cannot be made for a multiple number of reasons, but it was in your mind the perfect movie, the perfect way to cap off the Die Hard franchise. And then you set the challenge to me, which you've been saying, I'd say for the last year, for me to do the same. And what film would I do that for? And I said, if I were to do it, I would do it for Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2. And since I said that, I have been regretting ever saying it, because the idea of it was so daunting for me that I did not want to do it. But as we've decided to wind down the bonus content, as we've decided that we're no longer doing bi-weekly bonus episodes, we thought, wouldn't it be good if the final one was me finally coming to the table to match your level of a pitch. So we're here, we're stuck in this elevator. I can't believe we've gotten to this elevator again, and I am going to pitch you Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2.
Is there a
subtitle?
A subtitle in the title?
No.
Just Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2.
And this is going to be a hard pitch.
Okay.
For one reason.
Don't tell me you're pulling Luke Skywalker in The Force Awakens and
Ferris isn't in it.
Ferris isn't in it until the very end, and then when the protege finds him at the edge of a cliff and he pulls off his hood and he's got his robot hand.
Well, if you don't want that, then maybe we should end the episode here.
So what?
No,
what?
I'm only mad.
Okay.
The hard part about this is going to be the fact that the man I'm pitching this to, Brian, does not particularly like Ferris Bueller. So if we come at this from the two different angles, we're both on two ends of the spectrum where you do not like the movie and I have a tattoo of it on my body, a frame from the movie. So we are very much on two opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to the love for Ferris Bueller.
Okay, can I just say, I watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off in anticipation for this movie.
And I appreciate that, because I didn't.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I didn't rewatch the movie because I know it like the back of my hand. I didn't need it. But the fact that you, someone who does not like the movie, went out of their way to watch the movie in anticipation for this, I really do appreciate that. What I don't appreciate was the fact that you logged it with no stars, which means that you're hiding what you thought of it this time. And I'm afraid that it's still going to be a low score.
What is a low score to you?
Anything... A 3. A 3 is a low score.
Really?
3.5, I'd be like, okay, they enjoyed it. That's good.
3 is 60 out of 100.
60%. Yeah, that's not good. I'd be worried.
What do you mean it's not good?
I'd be worried.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
6 stars out of 10.
That's okay. So that's where it lands for you then, is it? 6
You're saying that's bad.
I'm saying that I'm worried if it's that. If it's still that.
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
3 and 3.5.
3 and 3.5. Okay. Please do 3.5. But that's all you, you know. So,
let me just also say this. All right. It's all right. I paid the guy a $5. All right. We've got a bit of time in this elevator. I may have been a little bit harsh on my flat out direct reason and statement in saying that I don't like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay. So you have come around. You do like it.
I
in
have
some ways.
come around to like what I like and find what I just dislike as uninteresting.
Okay, we can work with that.
I think we can. I think we'll have to.
Okay.
And and look, I don't know if we'll find what we'll be able to identify what I do and don't like, but because this is not a review of the movie, this is a pitch to the sequel.
For a sequel. That isn't going to happen. Yeah. So
I mean, it could.
No,
David.
it hasn't. No, because right. Die Hard 6. The way you pitched it, it can't be made. Obviously, Bruce Willis has had some health issues, so we can't have that version of the movie.
And last time I checked, Matthew Broderick and Alan Ruck and the actress who plays
Mia Sara, Sloane Peterson.
She returned to acting after a hiatus to The Life of Chuck. She plays the grandmother.
Yeah. The reason why this isn't possible
Okay.
is because this movie is set in the early 2000s.
Oh.
So we're completely past the time period. If we were to set a movie right now, it would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off 3, which I also have in my mind.
Slow down.
So let's get
Slow
through 2
down.
first. Okay,
All right.
maybe people won't like 2.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, so that's how the movie starts. Okay, early 2000s.
Okay.
We'll find that out. It's not like early 2000s come up. Okay, we're gonna open with Ferris in bed, very similar to the opening of the first movie. He's the same look on his face as the first movie, and instead of his parents and Jeannie, who he has to convince, it's his wife. He's putting on this show as he tries to put on this song and dance, and she makes her way up, and she's like, Ferris, you coming downstairs, or what's wrong? He's like, I'm not well. I don't think I can go in today.
I think he's doing more than saying he's not well. He's doing.
He's putting on, he's putting on the show. He's giving it all that, right?
He's pretending. Jeannie, is that you?
Yeah, he's giving it socks. He's giving it like in the first movie, right?
Yeah.
And she says, okay, and walks downstairs.
This is his wife now.
This is his wife.
Okay.
Walks downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Goes away. Completely uninterested.
Okay.
He sits up in the bed. He looks directly into camera, and he says, I don't think she bought it. And then we follow Ferris as he goes downstairs, and he's got his dressing gown on. He's trying to play up the sickness. He's got like a towel wrapped around his head. His 2 kids are there, and one of them is a teenager. One of them's kind of around maybe 13, 14 years old. The other one, that's his son. I'm thinking Ferris Jr., but I don't know if anyone would name their child Ferris. So it might not be Ferris Bueller 2. No, Ferris Bueller Jr.
Ferris Bueller the second.
Ferris Bueller the second. Well, maybe that would have played into my Ferris Bueller the third pitch, but we'll get to that. But his son is going on a field trip.
Yeah.
He's going to. He's going somewhere. He's going on a field trip. His younger daughter, she's just kind of around 8 years old, 9 years old. So she's just going to school, and they're all just disinterested. They don't care. Dad's sick. Who cares? Who does he have to convince?
They're not feeding his need for attention.
Yeah.
That they're not soaking all around him, and they're giving all their attention and pity to him. And
he's not going to get in trouble
Yeah.
from these people the same way that he was his mom and his dad or Jeannie.
Yeah.
So, they don't really care. And
he's got nothing to educate us, the audience, on. And how to skip school by lying to your parents and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to convince these
Yeah.
people the same way that the other ones. So they all go to leave. They all go to school. His wife goes to work, and as she closes the door, she pops her head back in the door, and she says, "Don't forget to call work." And that's when Ferris launches into a fourth wall breaking speech on how to convince your boss that you're sick.
Okay.
So we get the same classic style of, as Ferris was telling you, you bend over, you double over, you lick your palms, I'm not proud of it, you make all these, you don't want to end up in the doctors, anything like this. So he gives that same kind of speech of how to sound sick over the phone, and how you don't want to sound so sick that you need a sick note to come back, or you need to be wrote off or anything like that. It's just one day sick, no one's going to ask any questions, anything like that. Okay?
Okay.
If you still, you're on board still?
I'm on board.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm listening.
Good.
It's still very relevant.
So at this stage now, we'll find that Ferris actually isn't ringing his boss. Okay, she, his wife, unnamed wife. It's not Sloane Peterson.
Okay.
That's an important part. I should have mentioned that. It's not Sloane.
I figured.
Yeah.
What is his job?
So I don't know yet, but he's a partner. He doesn't have a boss, but he has to ring his partner.
He's a work colleague.
He's a work colleague. He owns his business with his partner.
Okay.
Okay.
Very curious to know who this partner is.
Well, Ferris calls his partner, and on the other end of the phone, it's Cameron. Him and Cameron. So Ferris uses all the tricks he told us on the phone. Cameron is sitting in his office.
Yeah.
And he reveals to Ferris, "I know you're faking it. I don't know why you're trying to convince me. Like I know.
Done this multiple
We've
times.
done this
with
multiple
you.
times.
We had a movie about it.
Exactly." And he reminds him that they've got a really important pitch that evening for investors. So why are you doing this today, of all days?
But I'm just picturing Matthew Broderick around the time of maybe Godzilla.
That's it. Yeah,
And-
that kind of
and-
time frame. Yeah.
And Alan Rook. Kind of hard to picture how he looked around that time, but I'm thinking a bit of a younger Conor Roy.
Yeah, you can picture those. That's because that's roughly around what they'd look like. Yeah, but Ferris he makes a bit of a compromise. He's like, "Send my assistant over, and I'll work on the pitch. And if I'm feeling up to it, like he's still trying to play into this, I'm sick. Still trying to convince Cam, and he's like, I'll work on it, and if I can't if I feel better, I'll come in and I'll do the pitch. And if not, I can send my assistant over with what we work on, or worst comes to worst, the file is on my computer. You can just pull it from the file.
And is there a specific reason why today of all days he's tending to be sick?
Let me get to it.
Okay.
Let me get to it.
Okay.
So
I'm watching the movie.
So Cameron agrees. And he's like, okay, fine. So he goes out and he speaks to his assistant. He speaks to Ferris's assistant. And he really lays on thick how important this pitch is to him. And he needs to have this done. Don't let Ferris out of your sight. Do not let him leave the house. I know what he's like. Don't let him leave the house. He's only to work on this. And Cameron, a bit of a hard ass here now in this situation where he's like, you know, I will fire you.
It's a little bit of his father in him.
Yeah,
maybe.
a little bit. Yeah, exactly. A little bit of a hard ass, you know. And so he's told him, you know, I will fire you. You know, you're just an assistant here. Like, you want to make your way up in this company?
Yeah.
If you fuck up today, you're gone. That's it. It's over. So Ferris's assistant will come over, and we see that this guy, as he comes in, he reminds Ferris a lot of how Cameron was in the first movie. Okay? He's someone who needs a lot of help. He's someone who has started with this company. He's a bit of a yes man, and he's looking to move up his company, and he's kind of forgetting to enjoy life along the way. That's something that we'll learn about as the movie goes on, is that he's not living his life to the fullest. The same way that kind of Cameron was, or he was afraid that Cameron was going to
live his life and not take a minute to look around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just one little note I had about Cameron is that in his office he has a picture, a copy of the picture from the museum in his office. Oh, the one that was profound to him in the first movie.
Yeah,
he's got a copy of that in his office.
A copy of it.
Yeah. So like, obviously not the real one, because you know that would be millions upon millions. But I want to have that just little moment that like that day meant a lot to Cameron too. You know, and he's kept that with him. So the assistant, he comes over to the house. Ferris is like, he's dressed and ready to go.
Yeah.
And it's a bit confusing to distance. Like, oh, I thought you were sick. He's like, come on, we're going. And an important part is that Ferris will at some point pocket your man's phone, so the assistant won't have his phone on him. Mm-hmm. They go out. Ferris has got his car. It's a nice car. You know, it's nothing fancy.
It's not Ferrari.
Not a Ferrari. No, it's not a Ferrari. That's important. It's not a Ferrari. But he's doing well for himself. You know, he's got a big, nice house, nice car, pockets the phone, drive off. Back at the office, okay? The office of Cameron and Ferris. Mm-hmm. The staff are abuzz. They're like querying, where is Mr. Bueller? You know, on such an important day. Cameron tries to calm the office down by reassuring everyone that he's just feeling a little under the weather. You know, it's nothing to worry about. He goes to pull the file from Ferris' computer just to like kind of reassure everyone. It's like, look, it's fine. It's all here. And he finds that the file is empty. And this sends Cameron into a bit of a panic. You know, he tries to call Ferris, calls him at the house, answering machine. Calls his phone, no answer. Calls the assistant's phone, no answer. I think a nice little touch I'll have there as he rings Ferris's mobile.
Yeah.
I think that might be Ferris's ringtone, because I wasn't going to play too much into the whole nostalgia aspect of it, but I did think that would be like, that's a classic like 2000s ringtone, isn't it? Like you just hearing that come from Ferris's pocket.
I'm still shocked that that's so prevalent in the Ferris Bueller movie. Mm-hmm. That specific tune. Mm-hmm. I'm shocked. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, well, that's what you're hearing here is Ferris's phone buzzing, and it's kind of in when Cameron is ringing Ferris, that the assistant is kind of feeling for his phone and he can't find it. It's obviously in Ferris's pocket. But
dick move, by the way.
Yeah, well, you know, he needed for the assistant to be kind of disconnected from the world, not connected to Cameron in a way. So Cameron goes into a bit of a panic and tries to call Ferris. He gets the answer machine, can't answer him or can't get to him or anything like that. He tells everyone that he's stepping out and he's going to go pick up the presentation from Ferris. Mm-hmm. Cameron's going to leave. He's going to go to the car park, where in his reserved space we see Cameron as he gets into his fully restored 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California.
So he's driving the car.
He's made enough money. He's restored the car. I like that aspect that he's got that car from his dad. Like, he stepped out from his dad's shadow and he's the one that's driving it now. And he doesn't have it locked away in the garage like his dad did. Yeah. It's like, this is a collector's item. And no, I'm going to drive this car.
Kind of like the idea of him in a bit of anxious thoughts. He's going down to his car and it would just be a pass of the moment reveal that it's the car. It's almost like in the Force Awakens when Rey and
it's the Millennium Falcon.
Rey and Finn are running towards
it's not like a glory shot of the car. It's just him cursing Ferris out of it kind of under his breath as he steps into the car, and it like screeches away. Like he's not going to take care of it in the same way that he might have at the first movie. He's driving it how it's meant to be driven, you know. So he'll get into the car. and he's going to drive to Ferris's house, and he can't find him. He's not there. And so that it kind of means that Cameron is going to take on the role of Principal Rooney from the first movie, that he's trying to track down Ferris.
I was coughing that.
Yeah, so he's
it's a nice touch.
Not to get him in trouble or anything like that. It's just like, I need the presentation. Like, come on,
You need not an antagonistic force training on Ferris, but you do have a body, an individual with the means to thwart Ferris's plans.
Yeah, like if Cameron's going to catch Ferris, that's the end of his day off. Like, he's coming into the office. Yeah, it's that's what it is.
And it does make it much more lighthearted and funny. That's a good one. Okay. I like that.
Okay,
for all the roles you could give to Cameron in a bit of a legacy sequel in this movie, the nostalgic role akin to the principal. Nice.
So, go back to Ferris. Ferris and the assistant. I haven't named the assistant. Maybe if you want to come up with a name for the assistant.
Tom.
Ferris and Tom. They're going to journey through the city. They're going to see the sights. They're going to get to know each other. Okay. I haven't quite figured out the exact kind of events that they're going to go to. Like, if you look at the first movie, like, what did they do? Not a whole lot.
No, a whole lot of random nothing.
Yeah, they go to a baseball game. They go up into a city skyscraper. They go to a museum. They go to the floor of a stock exchange.
They get dinner.
They go for lunch. Like, there's no, other than the parade, like, realistically, there's not much they do, So
they're living.
They're just experiencing the city. So that's kind of what I want to happen within this, is that, again, they're just enjoying the city. I have a few events, all right, some things that they go to, but it's not set in stone. They can do whatever they want. I don't know Chicago in the same way that maybe the other writers would. So, I'm open to ideas of what to do in Chicago.
Apparently Chicago can look a lot like Dublin these days.
There is a few movies that we've seen recently that have had Dublin as a stand-in for Chicago. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe they'll go to the Guinness Storehouse in Chicago. So they're going to go for lunch again. And although it's not the same restaurant as the first movie, I'm going to have the maitre d' from the first movie. And he's going to greet him.
Much older.
Yeah. And he's going to greet him as Mr. Froman. Ferris, throughout his entire life, has followed this guy around. And he has consistently said, Abe Froman, sausage king of Chicago.
As opposed to going to a good restaurant, he's going to this guy's line of work.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, where does this guy go? Because he just wants to continuously, he's just messing with this guy a little bit. Not in a mean way or anything like that.
Or maybe he knows that this guy works at all the best restaurants he goes to.
Possibly, yeah.
And that's the reason it's like, the maitre d' got hired in this new restaurant. I must check it out.
And he refers to him as a Mr. Froman. And it's more so Ferris has never revealed his actual name. And so the maitre d' just knows him as Froman. And even though he knows who the actual Abe Froman is, he still just that's Mr. Froman. Like, there's no bad blood between them or anything like that.
But does he crack a smile on the face, or does he go?
It's like it's that snooty smile of oh, it's you again. Okay, yeah, because he knows that he's gonna come in, have his lunch and whatever, and be away. He's not gonna actually cause any trouble or anything like that.
Yeah,
but it's just like this, oh, you again. Okay, yeah, I'm at my job, so I have to be nice.
Yeah, he's just acknowledging the nuisance that Ferris is to him.
Yeah, exactly. So at the dinner, that's kind of where we'll get a bit of an exposition dump to Tom, the assistant, that he's kind of, he really believes in this project, and it means a lot to him that he can even work on it, even if it's just being Ferris's assistant. That he's given up a lot of his life, that he's actually working a second job. He's a bartender in the evenings to make money, because he's moved to Chicago. He's given up friendships, he's given up his relationships, he's given up his hobbies, stuff like that, because he really wants to be in this city. He really wants to work with Ferris and Cameron, and he wants to be a part of the team. And while Ferris, he does say, I admire that and all, but I do have to remind you that life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might just miss it. Yeah. And I think that for me is the core of the first movie. You really just have to look around.
If any movie has a one-line description of the overall theme, that is the Ferris Bueller's Day Off theme.
Yeah, and so I want that. That is a central theme that I want to carry over into this movie. So I think having it here and him saying it directly to the person,
as opposed to the audience, in what feels like it is the end line to it. It's the closing line, so it's for no one to experience. But the fact that we see Ferris, the actor Matthew Broderick, pass on that advice for living life to the fullest to a character, it makes it more, I think, not just elevated, it feels more broadened.
Like, because some people, you do need to just spell it out for them. Some people, it's not healthy to give up your friends and relationships and hobbies and stuff like that in pursuit of your career. Yes, that's important, but you do have to make time for those things. And some people do just need to be said, like, look, you need to also live your life. You can't just be living to work. You know, it's just enjoy your life. Simple as that, you know.
It's a very character-driven type of narrative.
Yeah, but I feel as though the first one is as well. That's
it is.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the Ferris Bueller content, what you'd expect. Like for every Toy Story movie you get, you have to expect that Woody or Buzz get separated from the gang and they get lost and have to find a way back. That's what you get for every Toy Story film. For every Ferris Bueller Day Off film, it's going to be the Ferris character playing to be sick just to get out of his duties in civilized society, whether it be school or work, and he takes a day off just to live life to the fullest, doing nothing but nonsense.
100%. So while Cameron is gone, the rumours start to fly around the office that Mr. Bueller has left the company and has taken his assistant with him and will be stealing the investors for his own new business. So as these rumours fly around the office, it kind of quickly turns into a bit of a Save Ferris movement. So all the characters in the office, the employees start to kind of call around to other businesses, seeing if they've heard anything, seeing if they can get new jobs for themselves, all this kind of stuff. I want that to kind of spiral out of control because neither Cameron or Ferris will be there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of its own little side C plot of the Save Ferris movement, that kind of carry over into...
You've really given it the extra thought for this pitch. Like, you're going all out with it, man, and I'm glad to see it.
Good, yeah.
Like that's good. Like, if I was pitching this movie, first of all, you'd have to pay me. But that's something I would probably just miss the mark.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good, man.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it so far.
But you're hitting all the right beats.
Good. I'm glad. I'm trying to get my movie funded.
But you are hitting all the right beats, the right points of what any one good average moviegoer and fan of this movie, the original, would expect from a legacy sequel. It's what you would expect in today's day and age. I know we saw it in the early 2000s when it was released, because the Ferris Bueller's Day Off sequel, the one that you're pitching to me right now, like it's released like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
but it's what you'd expect. Everything you told me is not something I could have come up with. But it's what I expect.
Yeah,
it feels
nothing
right.
So far has been really hard to swallow. It's like, oh, that seems out of character or anything like that.
Not at all.
Okay, good.
Not yet, anyway.
So Ferris is going to take his assistant Tom to the theatre, and this is going to be a real moment for Tom, that he's going to be really moved by this like impassioned speech that the actress on stage is going to give, and I see lots of cuts of Tom and the cutting between the actress and Tom, and like a tear will roll down his cheek, and he kind of he's reminded of his love for the arts.
Yeah,
you know, and so the actress will finish her speech, and Tom will burst to his feet as everyone else does in the audience, and a huge round of applause, standing ovation. Ferris stands up and he's applauding, and he whistles nice and loud, like how Cameron taught him at the baseball game. You give him a big loud whistle, and that's when we'll see the actress's face, that it's Sloane, and she's gone into acting, and they'll kind of meet eyes. She'll hear the whistle and she'll look over, and they'll meet eyes, and they'll smile at each other and give a little wave, and like there's no like hard feelings or no love lost or anything like that. They still like have a lot of love for each other. They're just not together, and in this movie, and so it'll be a nice little way of including her without that she's a main character or anything like that, and they won't ever speak or anything like that. It'll just be that small little smile and a wave.
Yeah,
and
but it's a cameo appearance.
Yeah, a little cameo appearance for Sloane.
That's nice.
Thanks. I thought it was nice too. So as they leave the theatre, Cameron is outside waiting for them both. He's got it. He's kind of had to go through a few different places. Like, oh, these are Ferris's regular spots. This is where he goes.
But it's not as if he's breaking in any houses and getting chased by dogs.
No, he's not. No, he's on the hunt. We'll kind of cut to Cameron as he's nearly like always a step behind Ferris.
Yeah,
and this is a chance he's gotten the chance to catch up.
I think Alan Ruckin, he can play that very well.
I think so too. I think he's got it in him.
Yeah,
So as he waits for them both to come out of the theatre, Ferris kind of spots him first, and they duck into a taxi, and it's like, come on, we got to get out of here. And it becomes a little bit of a chase. Like, okay, Cameron sees them get into the taxi and they're away. And so where do they end up? They end up at the Lincoln Park Zoo.
The Lincoln Park Zoo?
Yeah. I thought that was just a good location. Going to locate it in the zoo.
Yeah.
And so Ferris is kind of trying to escape Cameron. But unfortunately, god damn it, this is where Ferris Jr.'s field trip was too. So now Ferris, we get this sequence where Ferris is trying not to be seen by either Cameron or his kid.
Yeah.
And it's this thing of he doesn't want to be seen by his kid, but sure, what's his kid going to do? He doesn't, the kid has no power over Ferris. It's like he just wants to keep up this lie.
Yeah.
Of that he's like tricking his family as well.
I like that little layer of element where the nonsense, the audacity, the cartoonish part of, what is this kid going to do? Like, he's just going to be so, Dad?
Yeah.
But the fact that Ferris, he has to commit to his fibs and his white lies to pretend to be sick, even though the whole fucking world might just know that he's not sick, but he has to keep up the facade.
Yeah. It's like he has to convince himself.
Because Ferris is not Ferris if he gets caught.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not the mythical Ferris Bueller if he's caught and if he's in trouble. Yeah, he's the guy that gets away with everything.
He's got a reputation to
exactly.
uphold.
So we'll have a bit of a sequence of that, and so I think that there probably will be another sequence after that. I haven't really come up with that. Just something to kind of solidify, something maybe to be on par with the parade sequence. I don't know what that would be.
Like a big loud,
maybe like a protest or something like that,
or
and
some sort of big gathering of an event.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't have anything for that, but I know I do want some kind of big sequence.
But are you having Ferris going on stage being loud and proud?
I don't think so. I think I'll have Ferris maybe inspire the kid, Tom, to go and maybe get up and do something.
A protest sounds like a nice neat one that would be relevant in today's date.
Now obviously this is set in the 2000s, so it would be in those dates, but that's only
protest did happen.
Yeah, definitely. So eventually they're going to end up back at the office. Cameron will have returned, having given up on finding Ferris and needing to be back in time for the presentation.
Definitely something would have had to make him give up.
Well, it's pure time wise. He knows he has to be there. Ferris has arrived back with his assistant, and it's just in time for the presentation. The office staff are shocked to see Ferris, and they return to their desks, with many of them having packed them away. And if you see a few of them kind of ripping up resignation notes, some of them taking some phone calls.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that we will cut back to a few times of seeing the office kind of getting less and less people in it almost.
There were a few of those in the schools.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like the Save Ferris movement,
Yeah.
but in this version.
Stuff that Ferris has not been a witness to.
No, not at all. So
which is also another fun element to it. Like the cause and effect Ferris has to others who are in the C plot, who are D-list characters.
Yeah. And that actually goes, that I'm glad you said that, because as the investors walk in, they greet Ferris and Cameron, and the lead investor, the guy coming in for the meeting, he makes a comment. He heard a terrible rumor that the two of them had split and was worried that Ferris wasn't going to make the meeting, or the meeting wasn't going to go ahead.
Yeah.
And Ferris says, no, just feeling a little under the weather, gives it a little cough, clear his throat a little. So they'd enter into the boardroom, and Cameron would give his part of the presentation, and Ferris would stand up to give his part of the presentation. But when he does, he looks a little clammy, and he stumbles a little bit, and he apologizes. He says, I don't seem to have recovered as well as I thought I had. I don't think I can give the presentation. And so he asked his assistant Tom, do you mind stepping in and doing this for me? And Tom it's one of those things that, like, Tom throughout the movie has he's gained the confidence that he would be able to do this.
Yeah.
And he's gotten that from Ferris, and he was able to stand up at the protest or whatever it was and speak there. And so now I can do that here in my job, and I can make a name for myself. I'm not just the assistant. I can be a bit more.
This is his now fight or flight situation.
Exactly. It's the moment, like with Cameron and his dad, or like obviously we don't see that, but the car, the car going off.
The active decision they make.
I'm going to step up. I'm going to do this. After the presentation is done and everyone is happy, Ferris and his assistant chat, and he asks why he did it. He tells him he knows that he can't be an assistant forever, and he wants to help him along his way, getting onto the project team so he can quit the bartending job. But he has to make a promise that if he does become a major part of this project, he has to give his evenings to himself. He has to reconnect with those people that he's lost in his life. He has to get his hobbies. He can't still be a bartender. He has to remember that he has to live his life.
Yeah.
And so they agree, and he's happy with that. And Ferris, he gets a text from his wife just as the kind of meeting is over, and she says he's on his way home, or she's on his way home, Actually, sorry, that something I forgot to mention right at the start is that when she goes to leave for work, when Ferris's wife leaves for work, she says, "Oh, well, maybe you can make dinner for us all if you're going to be home." So Ferris gets the text from his wife.
Such a inconsequential task for Ferris Bueller to do.
If you're going to be home all day, you can make the dinner.
Yeah,
simple.
But the fact that he wasn't home all day, he can't bear the reality that he gets caught.
I'm going to be caught. Yeah, exactly.
From his wife.
So,
of all people, like it's the end of the universe if Ferris is not home in time with food, with dinner, ready, prepped for service.
Yeah. So we'll get the classic chase as intercut.
And but I'll just imagine that the whole presentation sequence, you have a real anxious, nervous Cameron, from Ferris walking in all confident to Ferris still confident in I'm sick, to passing on the task for Tom to do the pitch. And imagine all through that, Cameron goes from hot-headed to actually being proven wrong.
Yeah,
being shown the light like he was in the first movie.
Yeah, absolutely. That he initially starts out pissed off at Ferris.
Yeah, or just not optimistic at all.
Yeah, this is going to go terribly. This is such an important day. Why would he do this?
So negative, and then he's just been shown around the light and like, yeah, I forgot how in the moment you can live.
So after Ferris gets his text from his wife, that's when we launch into a classic race home.
And is this just Ferris?
So this is going to be intercut with Ferris, Ferris's wife, and also the kids on the school bus coming home. You know, you just got to have as many elements in there.
You do have to add.
So Ferris is on his way home, the kids are on the bus, the wife is driving her car, everyone is racing home to the Bueller household, and as we see, like, the school bus pulls up and Ferris's wife returns, and they all get in the front door, and Ferris isn't home. And he's lost. The jig is up. They're going to know. Where's Ferris? Where's Dad? You know? So we think it's all over. He's going to be caught. He's going to walk in. He's going to have to explain where he was. But he walks in, finally, 2 bags in his hands, and he says, "Oh, I just thought with me being sick that you probably wouldn't want me actually making the food, so I went and got some takeout." So come in, sit down, played it all up. He asked the kids how their day was. Ferris Jr. says, "Oh, I think I saw someone that looked like you at the zoo," and Shara's like, no, I was here all day, like, you know, trying to play it off.
Yeah.
He changed the subject. His wife starts to tell him about his day. Ferris stops, looks at the camera, gives a little wink, says the final line. He says, "I've said it once and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might just miss it." Roll credits. And that So that's a wrap on Ferris Bueller 2. Looking for $150 million. I'm looking to put that into the budget for making the film. I'm also looking for about $500 million to get a time machine to go back and do it 20 years ago. So if you can provide that to me, I will make this movie for you 20 years ago, and we can watch it right now. What do you think?
It's not easy, is it?
It's not, no. I sat down to write this. It took me longer than I thought it would. I think it was something that I regret putting off. But once I got into it,
once you realize
I really
how
enjoyed it.
Passionate you are to it, it actually does have a nice feeling to get it done.
Yeah.
To actually present it. You've pitched me a movie, David. A sequel to a movie you love. I like it.
Okay, good.
I like it. Whew. Okay, but
here are my points.
No,
cross.
And the guys are about to fix this up. So
shit, you can't slip them another $5 now.
I've got a question or two.
Okay. Shit, I didn't think there would be follow-up questions. Please, go ahead. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you.
Where's my favourite character?
Where's Jeannie? The thing is that I didn't want this to be a full-on nostalgia fest. I didn't want this to rely so heavily on so many callbacks to the first movie.
Yeah.
Jeannie's not there. Jeannie would play a role in my Ferris Bueller 3.
Really?
But she's not here. And not that I don't love Jeannie, but I just felt as though for the story I was telling, she didn't need to be there. I do recognise that the movie does miss out on having a strong female character. I do acknowledge that. Because Sloane is...
So does Hot Fuzz.
Yeah, because Sloane is just a cameo.
Yeah.
Now, maybe the assistant is...
She could be a female character.
Yeah. I didn't envision the character... I did envision the character as a man, but I mean, there's nothing to say
Like,
that it can't be. Like, there was no specific thing or character trait or life event that they had where it was a man. So yeah, that could be my female character, my strong female character is that of and yeah, actually, you know what? That probably makes more sense because she's fighting her way up within an industry, and it's maybe quite difficult. And I suppose a personal assistant, unfortunately, does sometimes. It is more women than it is men. So yeah,
I think having a mentor, a boss in that Ferris Bueller to teach the young girl a thing or two, I think it warrants that. It's a necessity to have the assistant be a female.
Yeah.
I think it's like
you know what, Brian? I like it. It's in the movie.
It's in the movie. If I was doing a pitch, I think I would be that thick-headed producer where I would definitely force a Charlie Sheen cameo in there somewhere.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Like, even there's no like Ferris's parents aren't there.
Well,
Mr. Rooney isn't there.
Who's Mr. Rooney?
The principal.
Pal, he was.
Yeah, I know, but not in the early 2000s when this movie would have been made.
Just saying.
Yeah. There's a reason why I didn't put him in there. There's two reasons. Number one, I didn't need him. Why would the principal be still on the hunt for Ferris? And number two is because of the things that he did. But I didn't want this to just be pure, let's bring everyone back. I know that yours was that because it was the sixth movie in the franchise.
You're good at resisting that,
yeah,
my friend.
Like even the fact that I put the Ferrari in there, I was like, I have to have a reason for the Ferrari.
Yeah.
I have to have that. And even the you know, I just want that to be the ringtone.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be part of the soundtrack or anything. That's just Ferris's little.
You've got good willpower there, my friend. You've got good restraints. I don't know. I think I would have went all out, probably because I rely on the giddy, shiny things of what I like.
Key jangling.
Of the
like
first movie.
even to be honest, having the Mater D in there, I was a bit like, is this pulling a little bit too obscure?
Yeah, but
like having this guy instead of Genie, you know?
I don't know. I would have put Genie in there somewhere. She
easily could have played something along the lines of like the cool aunt or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe she's over for dinner at the end or something like that. Your sister's coming over. Like, we can fit her in there somewhere. But
like if you're only gonna do the Ferris Bueller one, the one sequel, I think it just would have been interesting to have a role. But that's also not the movie I would have pitched.
Yeah.
I would have pitched Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2 with a dual role with Ferris and his son taking their own days off. And trying to avoid each other. And
I did think that initially.
Yeah.
I just thought that I'd be splitting the plot a little bit too much. And in my proposed possible Ferris Bueller the Third movie, it wouldn't be Ferris Bueller's Day Off 3. It would be Ferris Bueller the Third, as in Ferris and his grandson, both avoiding their son.
Is Matthew Broderick even old enough to be a grandfather?
100%. Yeah. Right now, yeah, he would be. 100%. And in that movie that I did have the thoughts of, it would be Ferris and his grandson both avoiding Ferris Jr. So it's Ferris avoiding his son and Ferris the Third avoiding his dad. They're both avoiding the same person. That's where I would have pulled. So that's why I didn't want to have Ferris and his son both having a day off here. I think that is the natural idea that a lot of people would have had.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to avoid it. That's why I wanted to do this instead.
This is what makes yours stand out even more.
Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that, to fix the elevator.
We're here. Well, Brian, thank you so much for finally indulging me in letting me ramble on for a bit. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I know, I think that you did.
I did.
Yeah, you liked this pitch?
I did enjoy this, as a matter of fact. I think the best use you got, or not, use is the wrong word, the best surprise is the portrayal of Cameron.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Because you're retaining the role of the principal from the first movie and that of Cameron, and you're generating a new character, but maintaining that role that is akin to Cameron from the original.
Yeah.
And that's very good. And you also acknowledge the fact that, yes, Cameron is more desirable to see than Sloane.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I think...
Again, Sloane would have had a bigger part in my third movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you will have to pitch that once upon a time.
I'll have two or so years to think about it before we do something like this again.
We'll see how successful this one is.
Yeah.
We'll see how that'll pay off. But one thing I do like about Cameron is him putting on the voice. Him grunting over the phone and pretending to be...
Oh, from the first movie,
From the first movie, yeah.
Mr. Peterson? Yeah. Yeah, when he pretends to be Sloane's dad.
And I want to meet you myself, by God. Oh, that's very good. Cameron does play like 29. He's 29 in the movie when he originally made the first one.
The actor was 29.
And Matthew Broderick was 24.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They are so young. Jesus Christ. Cameron is our age, almost.
Wow. They play high school kids. Good pitch, David.
Thanks, Brian.
Glad you did it.
Good. I'm glad too. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed writing this. Hopefully, this will inspire me to actually write some of my own stuff. This coming year, that maybe it will be a resolution for myself, because I really enjoyed this, and I'm glad that you did the Die Hard 6 pitch that then spurred me to do this. You know, it knock-on effect. So I'm glad we got to do this.
Round of applause, people.
Woo! But thank you so much for listening to this bonus episode, this pitch meeting for Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2. If you can believe it, Brian, it's the final regularly scheduled bonus episode that we are doing. So make sure that you are tuning in to our 2025 wrap up to hear what we have coming in this next year. We've been cooking up something there. We're really excited to start something new, and you're going to enjoy it. If you enjoy Talking Pictures, if you enjoy these bonus episodes, you're going to enjoy what we're doing next. But yeah, make sure that you are subscribed to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice to never miss an episode. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. If you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. You can follow us on all of our social medias. They're down in the description below. Talking Pictures brought to you by Another Happy Studios, so make sure to check out the other podcasts in our network. Brian, any final words before we let these people go? Day bow.
Is there a post-credit scene?
Oh, I never even thought of a post-credit scene. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah.
What is it?
It's the same from the first movie. Exactly the same, but Ferris a little bit older. No, it's the same. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
Ferris coming out, but his wife then putting her head out the door and it's like, who are you talking to? Like, I want her to acknowledge that Ferris isn't talking to the fourth wall. Like, he's just talking out loud. Like, maybe Ferris is a little bit insane.
It could be a bit of a schizophrenia in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's not schizophrenia, but yeah, I want the wife to be like, who are you talking to?
Yeah,
but no one. And then he's like, he turns around, he's like shooing them behind his back. He's like, get out, get on, go on.
I don't know. I think Ferris is the type of guy that kind of shrugs it off. Is like, don't mind her.
No, I want him. Yeah, just like a little like, go on, get out of here, quick,
go home.
The
movie's over.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
Good job, David.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.